वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
Namaste one and all. Today it gives me great pleasure to make an offering that is very dear to my heart. And the offering is in the form of dance and the beautiful art form of classical Kathak. Before I proceed, I give honor to my Guru, Shri Manesh Maharaj, who has given his heart and soul to music and dance in South Africa. And I have been very fortunate to have been his student for over two decades now. I am also his graduate, and I've moved on to continue this art in the Gauteng province. But today, I'd like to also thank everybody who's allowed this to happen, to the organizers, our South African musicians against COVID-19. What a time that we have to now set up in this fashion. But it's okay. This is where dance goes beyond. There's no limitation. There's no limitation to anything that is spiritually bound. This art form is created for the super consciousness. And I am so grateful to the divine that have carved this path for me in my life. So, with the blessings of my Guru, Shri Manesh Maharaj, and the divine Shri Ganesha that has now, we have invoked him in this presence, I move on to doing a second item, which is an introductory item dedicated to the divine Lord Vishnu. I found it very apt to actually speak about him during this time. He is the one that takes care of Bhumi Mata. Well, he is taking care of Bhumi Mata by keeping us in our house to let her heal. But there's a lot of harm going on amongst humanity. And I call upon him to please heal us and love us again. And just find us a way out of this so that I can come back on the stage again and have you in front of me to impart all that I can. I go on now to do Vishnu, Vandana, which will then conclude with the Thaat, which is done at the beginning of a dance recital in Vilambit Le Teen Tal.
Kama
That was a special item to me because the Vandana itself was sung by my Guru, Shri Manesh Maharaj. So his voice was resonating in all those times, in lessons, and all those beautiful days at Kala Darshan. And thereafter it went on to a piece that I actually performed with him. Performing with your Guru is a privilege, and I'm so thankful I've been offered that opportunity so many times. So with the invocation of Shri Vishnu, may he continue to bless and heal this world through Bhumi Mata. In this next item, it's going to be something very different. While we're talking about healing, we all agree there's no other master of war and destruction of evil than the Mother Kali herself. And this item is a special item sung by Dr. Puru Dadheech, who's also been keeping the arts alive through knowledge and wisdom and through all his research. I've been thankful to have him afford this musical piece to me. And I just want to invoke Mother Kali, not only knowing her as a beautiful goddess, but as a true destroyer. None other like her, beauty in her darkness, mother of time, mother of Shri Ganesha, the one that where Shani Bhagwan wasn't even able to get to Shri Ganesha because of her, the one who afforded Lord Muruga his veil. These are beautiful things knowing about Mother Parvati in her Kali form. Mother Parvati is the mother. And I want to bring her on today. And I want to share her with you through my dance. And I wanted to come and heal us and find a solution to all what we're going through. Kali Drupad.
नमस्कार। प्रस्तुत है महामहोपाध्याय डॉक्टर पुरु दादीच द्वारा रचित 13 मात्रा की मंत्रिका ताल और राग शंकरा में निबद्ध ध्रुपद कालिका स्तवन। इसकी संगीत रचना की है श्री कौशिक बासु। गायन और कीबोर्ड पे वैभव मानकट, पखावज सुकत मुंडे, तबला कौशिक बासु, सारंगी संदीप मिश्रा, सितार जुबैर शेख, पढ़न स्वयं डॉक्टर विभा दादीच, रिकॉर्डिंग और मिक्सिंग सौरभ काजरेकर, बजिंग स्टूडियो मुंबई।
त्रिनेत्रा चतुर्भुजा लसत जिह्वा पूर्णचन्द्र निभानना पूर्णचन्द्र निभानना पूर्णचन्द्र निभानना
Kali is a mother. When she comes, you can't stop her arrival once you call her. And when she has to leave, you have to light that camphor and shanti her from within, and shanti all that she's destructed on the out. So, together with me everyone, Jai Kali. Now we move on to a little bit lighter note. Let me bring you into the picture of what is classical Kathak. Especially in a country in South Africa where there's so much of diversity, the authenticity about things can actually disappear quickly. Especially us South Africans who's holding as hard as we can to whatever little of our heritage we can hold on to. Yes, we might not know, we might have cut off ties or lost communication with those who are in India in terms of our family, but we did not lose our spirit. And why did that happen? Why did Hinduism or Hindus have survived all of this? It's because Dharma is like that. It is a way of life. It is your righteousness. So when you live good and do good, and you're born fortunate to be born as a Hindu, you quickly connect, you quickly resonate. But we need to now understand what is the principle of it. And the principle of Hinduism is to understand God in Him being the destroyer, being our creator, being our healer, being our father, our mother, our brothers and our sisters, and with us in our lonely times. But Kathak had begun and created in the temples as an offering to the gods and the goddesses. But history has such that India went through lots of political transformations with the arrival of new people. But Hinduism is such, it teaches you to welcome all, love all, learn from all, share and exchange. Therefore, with the Mughal Empire during that time, we had the inclusion of a new aspect in Kathak. Kathak is the only dance that actually has two traditions in it. One Hindu and one Muslim, living side by side with each other within the dancer. That is a beauty part about it. It's in line with Dharma, which is unity, which is love for all, acceptance, and actually learning from each other. With this whole history that had come, dance had moved out of the temple as an offering and went in the darbars or in intimate settings, especially for royalty. This is where the dance stood. It wasn't just for any class or caste of people, it was only for the elite. And there we come to the Muslim tradition. So today is very special because those who have fasted for Ramadan and eagerly waiting their celebrations of Eid, today I make a dedication to you. And I'm going to remember your influence in India, in our classical Kathak, and how positive it had been to understand this aspect of Kathak. At Darpan Kathak Specialist is the school that I run in Gauteng to teach traditional classical Kathak. To understand it from its roots. You know, the leaves on a tree will always change with the season, but the roots will remain and will constantly be there to help that tree survive and regrow its leaves. So this is why I prefer to stay at the roots and bring myself there. And the learning never ends. Just like roots, it continuously make new paths because it realizes there's more out there. Just like that, I have never stopped my learning since then. In this next piece, first it's going to begin with a pure dance piece and to demonstrate to you that if we had musicians here, there would have been a tabla player, harmonium player, sitar player, all giving me musical accompaniment. And this is another beautiful and unique aspect of Kathak, is that it is an art form that you can interact with the audience. Dance what you say and say what you dance. And that is a beautiful part. So many facets of it. And one of the facets I want to bring about is Tal. Tal is a rhythmic beat time cycle. It is the heartbeat of a dancer. It is the heartbeat of the body. You see, the musicians, the dancer, the singer are all like you must think of one body. And when they come together, they breathe life. But what breathes life into it and makes the soul electrify is that heartbeat. And that heartbeat is your Tal. In this next little demo, I would call it, because I don't have the musicians with me, I've chosen this piece of music to show you how dance syllables fit into this musical piece and how you as a dancer need to understand it. This is also done to Teen Tal. In the previous item it was done to Mantika Tal, which is a 13-beat time cycle. This is done to Teen Tal, which is a 16-beat time cycle. So this is where people fail to understand. It's full of maths, full of division and attraction and dividing and doubling. And this is where you get a child or anyone who's scared of maths to get used to maths through the body. Very holistic way of learning. But let's go on to this demo. And it's going to be done in Tal, Teen Tal, but Drut Le, meaning fast tempo. Okay? Asha, will you please play that little piece of music so I can demonstrate the syllables and balls to them for our audience? Was there your numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and these are the dance syllables that was included in this musical piece. But as a dancer, you can't just only understand, let me move my hand here, let me move my hand there, and I'm a Kathak dancer. No, Kathak is deep and much more vast. There is a whole study, it is a science, it is maths, it is a unification of you are playing a drum instrument, but I have got instruments on my legs. How do we marry each other? It's a marriage. And this is what you need to understand. Now we'll go on to show you that if I was in a normal Kathak recital, I would have demonstrated that. I would have went back to my place using the Tal system and with the continuous Tal, never breaking the Tal, I would have demonstrated the entire thing in dance form. So let me have a quick drink of water and I'll quickly demonstrate that right now. Right, dancing and talking. Right. Action cue music, and we will move on to our beautiful ghazal. Before we move on to the ghazal, I just want to bring you to aspect of what is ghazal. Ghazal is similar to Tumri, or an expression of love, longing, separation, uniting, pining, but love in its entirety, just love. Whether it's between two people or between anybody who's maybe a mother or a child, but in ghazal it is between two people that are trying to find each other, or one has found him or her, but the other does not recognize. But what talks to each other is our eyes. So I would love to demonstrate that right after this musical piece. Thank you. little ghazal piece, which I know many people can relate to in our years of growing up. Our moms and dads also was very used to that, and they used to love those songs. So in our koki masti, when we see those little playfulness in someone's eyes, it's very similar to the twinkling stars and the full moon that awaits our Eid celebrations. And all the best to all those who have fasted and given their souls to this. In anything in prayer must be given its support, I would believe. Just like classical Kathak, give it its support. Giving in classical its support, it is the root, it is the ground, it is an incorporation of all four Vedas, Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, and Atharva Veda, incorporated, encapsulated in the Natya Shastra. And this is what it's full of. Through music, dance, singing, and acting, we are able to relive the times of our gods and goddesses and enjoy them in their superhero days. While they are not existent materialistically in this world, but they are certainly in our hearts, in the feet, underneath my feet, in this home, in everything, in your homes. So let's celebrate it in that fashion. While we enjoyed the little nuances of the female and her sighting of someone whom she takes an interest to, there's another aspect. Even our male counterparts feel the same. This next piece is a beautiful piece. Like most of my items supported and choreographed by my guru, this item is known as a Shri, or understanding of the male aspect of yearning for love and awaiting for the one to come to his life and make his life whole again. We must enjoy both genders. Pandav, our Shiv, our Shakti, both cannot exist separately. They have to coexist with each other. So in this time where sometimes we get a bit upset with the gender-based violence that is happening out there, but we need to come back and understand that everybody is like that, one. And two, there's so many beautiful men in our life in the form of our fathers and our brothers, in our husbands, in our sons. Let's honor that energy of theirs. Let's highlight it. Let's give it strength because they need to be strong. And each one of us are capable of doing certain things for ourselves. In this next item is actually my concluding item. Goes on with a sargam, musical notations that are done. And this also is a play between the male and the female. So you will find that I'll be doing ghungat ki gat, meaning it is the gate of using the veil, and gat nikas, understanding the male and the female once again. This is done in a Urdu poem, where he's sitting down and he's waiting and thinking, who will be this one? He understands that wherever she walks, the light will come. So that's how he knows it's going to be her. So let's move on to this, and we'll conclude after this.
किस अंदाज से बैठा है दीवाना, तेरी महफिल दीवाना, जुबान खामोश है लेकिन नजर कहती है अफसाना। रोशन कदम कदम पे है फूलों के कुंभ में, रोशन कदम कदम पे है फूलों के कुंभ में, बागें नाज से रक्षा तेरे नजर ऊंची की तो दुआ बन गई नजर नीची की तो हया बन गई नजर तिरछी की तो अदा बन गई नजर तेरी तो सजा बन गई
Ladies and gentlemen, that was actually my concluding piece. And today, I want you to remind you of the mission and goals of not only myself, but my guru, of the institute that I run, Drupad, Kathak specialist. We stand for these value systems and we believe in them and we're going to fight for it. Take Kathak where you want, but most important, don't forget to start from the roots. Don't start from the other way around, so you won't survive. Okay? I'd like to thank my guru, Shri Manesh Maharaj, for his grooming, dedicated love, and showing me the path of spiritualism through dance. I love you and I thank you. And I'd like to thank the organizers for affording me this platform. To my husband Asha, who has done all of this. You are definitely the man that every girl should want to find just like you and marry. Not find you, but find someone like you. I've got you. Well, thank you to everybody, to all those who have supported me, to the viewers out there who liked, shared, and taken care of me all these years. To my beautiful children, if you heard them a little bit in the background, they're actually locked up in the room, but they're there supporting their mother so that you can have the best of dance, the best of the divine, the best of the philosophy of Dharma, to bringing everyone together and taking care of your value systems. I love you. I thank you. And remember, dance, especially Indian classical dancing, is based for a consciousness. And let it be that way and give it all your might. You won't regret it. Namaste to everybody.